Hello everyone, and welcome to the overview of the Gunslinger, where we will be going over the aces and faces, as I like to say, of the Gunslinger cards. So basically Jack, Queen, King, and Ace. These are the cards that I asked you to set aside for the core mechanics, but we will be going over them just real quickly here. Now that you understand the core mechanics, these are pretty much self-explanatory, but I just want to mention them real quick because sometimes they can cause confusion. Basically, when you're asking about how do these rules affect the game, see what actions they represent, and then just think about how they would play out if it was real life. So, for instance, let's start with the Jack here. Jack is the Gunslinger's trick shot, where you can see he plays first a defensive action and then an attacking action. So it's a dual action card, trick shot. And it's represented by the fact that he's jumping behind a barrel and then firing from out of the barrel. So you have to think about how would that play out in a real situation. So let's say your opponent played shoot. A lot of times when you're playing with core rules, it would be a shoot versus a shoot. They would bounce off each other and they wouldn't matter. But in this instance, the first thing this Gunslinger does is he jumps behind a barrel. So in that case, it's almost like he's defending action, and the shoot plays off. It's discarded because he shoots at the barrel. But then after that takes place, he still fires, and so this shot's already gone off. It's no longer protecting him. So this character would end up having to flip over a heart, and he would successfully have dodged this shot and also taken a successful shot at this player. So that's kind of the way they would act. If this character took cover, then basically it would be no one would win because his shot would just shoot because he'd be behind cover. And if he was loading his gun, of course, then he would be defending, which wouldn't really matter. But what would matter is that attacking action, that shot would damage this character. And it works the same way. I just wanted to take this opportunity to point out these cards. These are the Crystal Mage variants. So you can see the attacking action here is the same as the attacking. The icons are just a different color, but they're the same thing. So this is the Crystal Mage's version of an attacking action where he hurls these crystals at his enemy, like the Gunslinger takes shots. Another thing you can see here is while the Gunslinger takes cover, the Crystal Mage throws up his shield, its crystal shield. Look at how happy he looks. Look at his face. He's just, you fool. So that's his defensive action. And then his preparing action, where the Gunslinger has a load card, the Crystal Mage has Crystal Grab, where he kind of pulls his crystals out of the ether. And so he has some of the same core mechanics there. His aces and faces are different, but we're not going to go over those right now. But that's kind of what sets him different from the Gunslinger. So here's some more cards. Whiskey for the Gunslinger is a card that allows him to flip one of his hearts over. So if the Gunslinger has a heart that's face down, then he can play this card, and if he plays it successfully, he flips the card face up. If he gets shot while he's doing this, then basically there's just no effect, because he flips it over and then he gets shot and he flips it back down. So there's no effect if he's getting shot while he's doing this. Any other situation, then he basically brings a heart back. So this can only be played when one of the hearts is face down. It doesn't do you any good if a heart is already face up. You don't get like an extra heart or anything. Next. King. The King is the Gunslinger's sidestep, where he plays, it's another dual action, where he plays first a defensive action and then a preparing action. So in the Jack's trick shot, he jumps behind the barrel and he fires out. In this one, he's out of shots, so he jumps behind the barrel and he reloads. And so this is a pretty good action. How it would play off if someone's taking a shot at him or hurling crystal at him, he's defended. Otherwise, they're doing their thing. So this is a good card to play when you're out of shots and you want to protect yourself while you reload. And the last card, one of my favorite cards in the deck, is Fast Hands. And if you're watching the gameplay video, I beat someone that was holding this card. Don't ever get beat while you're holding Fast Hands. So you can see it's called Fast Hands, but he quickly reloads and or he quickly attacks and then reloads. So the way this would play off is kind of like the Jack's, kind of like the trick shot, to where the shot, if he's getting shot at, it almost acts as a defensive action at first. So if someone's hurling a crystal at him, then his bullet and his crystal will bounce off each other, and then he will still reload. So it's almost like he gets a fire without actually using a shot, and so it's a pretty handy card. And that is all the cards. If you have any questions on these, please send them to me. But like I said, for the most part, just kind of imagine it happening and then see how in your imagination it would work out. If you knew that he was going to quickly attack and then real quick reload again, how would that play out in the game? Thank you for checking this out. This is the last video that I'm going to do before the Kickstarter starts. I will definitely do more videos as the campaign continues, update videos and maybe videos for the Mage page. So it's my last opportunity before the campaign starts to say I'm super excited about it. Thanks for checking out all the rules. I hope if you have the prototype or the print and play copy printed out that you are going to try it now and have a lot of fun. And thanks again for watching these videos and supporting the Kickstarter. Appreciates it.